Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Folk Master here again with a review of NBA Live. In the past couple of days, I did a review on 2K16, talked a little bit about it and some of the good things and some of the bad things about the game. Now I'm doing another one on NBA Live 16, and as you can see, this is the start scene that you get once you get the game. I did one on 2K which I thought was pretty amazing. This is not bad. It's really good. You just kind of have an in-game trailer, and it just takes you to where you kind of like shoot the ball to see who wins the game. And since the game is kind of made with OKC as the team representing, you're gonna be shooting with Westbrook, who's also on the cover of the page. So this part you're actually gonna be playing it, and once you get the ball, I try to stay back as possible, but whatever you do is just gonna go in because it's just a little trailer to get you in the live, give you an idea of what the game is about. Jumping in, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is how good the graphics on this game is. Like I was amazed. Like I played the live demo, and after playing the live demo, that's when I made up my mind like I'm gonna get the game, and simply because the graphics was good. Like as you can see, this is a match between the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is my team, my favorite team, and I'm not a LeBron fan, I'm just a Cleveland fan. And we playing against the Clippers, and you can see how the game starts when they come from the tunnel, all that handshakes and whatnot that they do. It's all in the game, and it's all pretty good. You got different camera angles. I usually like to use go with the baseline because it gives you a clearer view of the whole court, and you can switch between them. Settings and everything in this game, I gotta say, is pretty amazing and really easy. Like it's so easy to find whatever it is that you want to find, unlike in 2K where even I had this when you play the story mode where you had to go do that little dialogue with your coach. I had a hard time trying to figure out what to do once the dialogue was over. Like I hit every button on my controller and nothing worked till I hit, of course, because I know round is usually for back, and I hit that, and for some strange reason it worked. Like you don't have any indication on there saying, oh, you gotta hit back. But with live, all the controls are there. Everything that you need to know is right there with a little bit of description on how to like go about stuff. And that's one of the cool things about the game that I really like. It's the fact that everything is set out straight and easy for you to get to. As you can see, that's the gameplay. I put this part in so you guys can see a little bit about the good graphics that I was talking about. Like you can see the faces, everything looks the same. That's Doc Rivers right there, and I like the graphics. I'm a graphics heavy guy, and if you guys paid any attention to my last review, I talked about it. That's one of the reasons, no, that's like one of the things that I actually look for when I'm trying to get a game. And so when I saw it had good graphics, I was definitely gonna try it. But then once I got in, the gameplay wasn't bad. It's pretty amazing. You can do a lot of moves, a lot of new tricks, as you can see right there. Kyrie doing all that dribble moves and all that stuff. It's a pretty good thing, a good thing in the game, and it's one of the reasons why I got it. Some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about in this review was the SP and RP points. That's the SP is your skill point and the RP is your rewards points, and you get rewarded for how you play the game. There's a great system in the game where if you play the game the right way it's supposed to be played, you're gonna get a grade. And you get grades from so many different stuff. You could get grade for an assist, you get grades for blocking shots, you get grades for taking open shots rather than taking contested shots. and if you do something that's bad, like taking contested shots, you get points deducted from your grade. So that in itself allows you to play the game the right way it's supposed to be played, and that's one of the reasons why I got this game, because they try to make you play the game as realistic as possible. Unlike in 2K, people go and purchase a whole bunch of VC points. They max their player out. You really can't match them up. But unlike 2K16 and NBA Live, you just gotta play good to get your skill points and your reward points, and that's how you get gears. You get animations and all that cool stuff. You use your reward points to get that, and your skill points is what you use to upgrade your player. So if you're not playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, guess what? You're not gonna get to max your player to the top. It's not like you can go buy stuff. Like, the only time you spend money in this game is when you play the ultimate team. And so I think that was one of the cool things about this game that I really like, and it really does make the game a lot more fair, in terms of playing against opponents. If you're playing against someone and they're really good, it's because they are really good and they know exactly what they're doing. It's not like they just went and purchased a couple of VC coins and they just max their play out. It doesn't work that way. So that's one of the cool things I wanted to talk about. That's a glimpse of the halftime show, where you have the highlights just like it is on ESPN. You can skip through it, choose whichever one you kind of want. So if I really wanted to just go to the top plays, I'll just scroll right, use my left analog stick and just select that, and then you can just go straight to that, or you can hit the X to kind of skip through that. But other than that, it's pretty neat. It's pretty simple. Everything is laid out. The commentary is pretty amazing in the game. I think they did a really good job displaying stats and all that stuff. It's really well laid out, and I just enjoyed all of that stuff. What else did I want to talk about? They have the Pro Am, which is something similar to My Park. It's not exactly like My Park. Is with My Park, that was one of the cool things about 2K16 that I really enjoy. Like, My Park is just amazing. Like, you just go there, it's like you just walked up to a park, you just go stay right next to a game you think might just end up soon, and then you just jump in. And this is Pro Am. I was the guy on the right. I really look exactly like him. It's just I'm not 6'8", and I'm not that built. I mean, which is sad, because the graphics are so good. When I look at it, I could kind of see my future. I'm like, yeah, that could be me, but I just don't go to the gym that much. But it's just a game, so I just make my player look like he's LeBron. But this is Pro Am, like I was talking about, 5v5. Usually, if you don't get 5 players on each team, they put up computers. So they could fill up all the spots, but the computers actually are controlled by the actual human players that's playing the game. So let's say one team has 5 players playing the game, and they all have their controls or whatever, and they playing, and the other team has like 2 guys playing with 3 computers. Those 2 guys can control everything that the computer do. They can, or they could just let the computer do whatever, but usually, for the most part, most people just use the computer, control the computer to do whatever, and whoever hits the button first gets to tell the computer what to do. The bad thing about that is most people just want the ball so bad that they just make a lot of bad passes, and I don't know what they can do about that to just make that right. But that's just something that's not cool. That's my character right there. I'm about to inbound the ball, and you can see once the computer got the ball, the guy just passed the ball to him, because that's the computer right there, and my buddy just made sure the ball was passed to him. 3-point. Did I get it in? Nice. And that's the reward system up there. You saw the +1 for taking an open shot. It's one of the cool things about the game, and the better you play the game, the more you get amazing reward points, and then you could just, you know, max up your player skill, and get your player to do some of the cool stuff that he could do. And even in the skill section, they have each player has their key skill, so it's not like you just go about just, you know, maxing up stuff that, you know, your character doesn't need. You got to give your character exactly what they need. So whatever character that you pick, they usually, you know, give you an idea of what he's good at, and then you just try to max those stuff up first, which are usually a little bit expensive. But if you play Rising Star, that is going to get you a lot of reward points and skill points. It's one of the pretty much like the storyline of the game, where, you know, you play an all-star game, and then after that you get drafted into the NBA, and that's where your career takes over. I was drafted 24th, so I'm still on the bench. I don't know how the draft system works. I chose Cleveland as my team in the game, but I'm not quite sure if, you know, it's because I chose the Cleveland and that's why, you know, I got drafted on it. But I was the 24th draft, and so it kind of makes sense the Cleveland would get me at that point. But other than that, that's some of the cool stuff about it. The only downside to this Pro-Am is the fact that you cannot play 2v2 or 5, you know, or 3v3, because most of the time we usually don't want to play against, you know, the computer. It kind of makes things a little bit confusing. Like the computer can get good at times, and, you know, you have a couple of lucky shots, but if you had a 2v2 half-court game mode, that would actually make it cool. You'd actually find people to actually play with, and that would be one of the cool things about the game. But I mean, the NBA Live doesn't have a lot of, you know, players online like 2K does. I don't know why, but it's just, I feel like people are just stuck on the bandwagon that, you know, 2K is the best, and they are not even trying to give this game a chance. But I mean, if you play this game, you see how cool it is. The graphics, everything on here is pretty much amazing, and you can do a lot of stuff on here. So it's people need to give it a chance. I think what EA needs to do is probably like drop the price of the game. Maybe they're like $40 for, like, just say a week, just to, you know, get people to get the game, try it out and see, because the demo doesn't, you know, give the whole picture, and they block a lot of scenes in the game, so it's so hard for you to record, you know, most of the menus so you can show people how the actual game looks like. It's all block scenes. So these are some of the pros about the game. It has great graphics, reward system, good gameplay, easy controls. Most of these stuff I talked about already in like a couple of minutes ago, and these are some of the cons that I found. It doesn't have a lot of game modes. Like, it doesn't have a 2v2 or 3v3 modes. The customization in the game is a little bit limited. You don't get everything that you want, like people want to dance and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave my Twitch account information in the description. You guys can follow me and see gameplay. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks.